Elijah Tate. I've always wondered how people end up choosing such an unusual profession as working on wind turbines. Tell me more. What motivated you to get into this field, and what was your journey like? Was there a specific moment that made you decide?
Hey, Donald. Yeah, it's definitely not a typical job. Honestly, I never imagined I'd be climbing 300-foot towers for a living. It all started when I watched a documentary about renewable energy. It blew my mind how fast wind energy is growing and how important it is for the future. Later, I came across a technical program for Wind Turbine Technicians. 9 months of training plus hands-on practice. I loved that it combined mechanics, electrical work, physical activity, and adventure. One day I just said, why not? And after a few weeks, I realized this is exactly what I was looking for.
Sounds awesome. So tell me in detail, what does your typical workday look like? What does a wind turbine technician actually do on a daily basis?
The job varies a lot day to day. We start by checking system reports to see which turbines are throwing errors. Then we drive to the site, climb inside the tower, and begin diagnostics. On any given day, we might replace brake pads, troubleshoot electrical faults, work on generators, deal with hydraulic systems, fix vibration issues, or lubricate mechanical components. Sometimes it's a quiet day. Sometimes it's chaos. A turbine is offline and losing money every minute until you fix it.
And what about working at that kind of height? Is it constantly stressful, or do you eventually get used to it?
The first couple weeks are terrifying. No joke. When you're standing on top of a turbine with nothing but wind around you, your hands shake automatically. But after a while, confidence kicks in. The key is following safety protocols. It's not about being a daredevil. Quite the opposite. This job rewards calmness and precision. But yeah, you definitely feel the wind. Sometimes the nacelle sways a bit, like mild turbulence on an airplane.
Let's talk about the positives. What advantages would you say this job has compared to other technical fields?
Plenty. First, stability. Energy is always needed, and renewables are booming. Second, you feel like your work matters. You're literally helping build a cleaner future. Third, it's active. You're moving all day, not sitting at a desk. Fourth, teamwork. You're never alone. Safety requires pairs. And the pay is solid, even for beginners.
Okay, now the downsides. There must be some. Be honest.
Of course. The biggest downside is the weather. If wind speeds are too high, you can't work. If it's raining, snowing, freezing, blazing hot, you still have to go to site. Second, the physical strain. Ladders, climbing, carrying tools, every day. Third, travel. You often move between regions or states, so you're not always home.
What are the most common problems or breakdowns on turbines?
Most often, electrical faults. Also overheating, worn brake systems, gearbox issues, and sometimes cracks on the blades. Those are expensive and complicated. The worst are intermittent faults. The turbine runs fine until it suddenly doesn't. Those can drive you crazy.
Are there real dangers? Like extreme situations?
Absolutely. And we do everything to avoid them. The most dangerous situations are harness failure, sudden strong winds, working on top during storms, and dropping tools. They can be deadly from that height. But if you respect the rules, risks are minimized.
What do you personally enjoy the most? What's the best part of the job?
The view. Nothing compares. You're 300 feet above the ground. Everything is peaceful and the landscape looks unreal. And second, the satisfaction of bringing a turbine back to life after a complicated issue. It feels great.
What qualities does a person need to succeed in this profession?
3 main ones: endurance, calmness at heights, and technical thinking, mechanics, electronics, problem solving. Also, patience, accuracy, and teamwork skills.
Is the training difficult? What kind of preparation does a newcomer need?
Training is very doable. There are GWO courses, technical college programs, and company training centers. Courses last around 6 to 12 months plus field practice. You'll learn safety, electrical basics, rope rescue, and mechanical systems. It's accessible even for someone starting from zero.
Give a few tips for beginners. How do you become a truly good wind turbine tech?
Never break safety rules. Don't rush. Speed creates accidents. Learn documentation and system diagrams. Stay fit, it matters. Communicate constantly with your partner.
What mistakes do beginners make most often?
Beginners often try to prove themselves by doing everything fast. This job requires patience. Another mistake is being afraid to ask questions. In this field, asking twice is better than messing up once.
If someone wants to enter this field, where should they start?
Start with GWO course, then apply to big companies like Siemens Gamesa, Vestas, or GE. Show that you're ready to travel and work hard, and they'll take you.
Now for the big one. What kind of salary can a wind turbine technician actually earn? Give us real numbers.
Beginners usually make around $50,000 to $60,000 per year. After 2 to 3 years, $75,000 to $90,000. With overtime, travel assignments, and challenging conditions, you can hit $100,000 to $120,000 yearly.
Elijah, this was incredibly insightful. Thank you. I think a lot of people will look at wind energy differently after hearing your story. Guys, if you enjoyed this interview, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe because we've got more real stories from real professionals coming your way. Stay tuned. The next episode is going to be even more interesting.